All right, everybody, it's your favorite avian enthusiast, Bird Fever, and my dog, Maggie. What we're doing tonight is just going to watch a recent Limbo and Sky scrim. Oh, geez, it started quick. And just kind of analyze what's going on, what I think the teams could be doing better. I just don't have casting equipment, and my schedule. Oh, it's a nice little run by Bronto. I often don't have time to. Oh, I like how he's got somebody backing him up in that area. And I don't often have time to cast just because it doesn't work well with my schedule. I work the wrong days. So I thought maybe I should be doing more video review. And this is how I thought I'd get started. It was nice work by Gummy Bear. You know, one of the things, kind of died way out in the open there on that one. He could have kept that high ground. You know, one thing, Sky, that we work on a lot of times in the openings, you know, like if we're going to die on the high ground. You know, force them to come up to the high ground. I guess we work on that in blue. All right, I guess I'm all over the place right now. This is the first time ever doing this, so let's see if I get into a flow or if I just keep rambling. Good push by Clever to take out rockets. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. Dying there after getting rockets is like, you know, crazy fall by Brano. But yeah, you know, if you kill the rockets with your life, that's totally a worthwhile trade, you know, in almost every situation, especially against a team like Limbo, who's so strong with the heavy weapons. You know, taking them out of their hands is definitely a big up anytime that can be done. I like how they got a 3-person group up here. You know, this is a tough room to take out. Like anywhere where you attack, you're pretty wide open. So yeah, kind of like Bronto, you got to dive in. It would have been nice to see his teammates push up with him, but it looks like we got somebody up there. Ooh, just missed a little bit with that rocket. Oh, dash hole into the water. Caster's curse. Wouldn't have happened if we weren't watching him. Looks like Sky's got a pretty good group up. I see at least 3 people in the area. I like how Dashhole's pushing up. That's a little bit open. You know, maybe he could have jumped onto this left side up here. Yeah, it's a good spot that Gummy was up on there. Now give him a little bit of cover. Good move by Gummy. Ooh, get back on that cart, Gummy. Take that fight on the cart, so when you kill him, it starts moving. Nice work. I wonder if they're worried about rockets. 3 people on cart. You can definitely have some people push up, right? 4 people on cart. Yeah, it would have been nice to attack those rockets a little bit earlier, but they cleared that out. Yeah, I just think, yeah. You know, one thing I think we definitely need to keep working on is, you know, stacking cart is good, but, you know, a double stack, especially when you're starting to lose spawn advantage like that. You know, we probably definitely could have. You know, so Dashhole got on it, got the kill. That was good. When Gummy Bear hits this, it's kind of hard, but figuring out, like, in my opinion, like, who has dash and who doesn't, you know. So if you're on there and you're communicating really well as a team, the person that has more dash, I would want them to push up almost immediately here. Just because the rockets are right here, and that's such a dangerous position. So if they can get up and they can start fighting here, if they're a player that can grab the rockets, that's great. You know, they could jump up here, take a look, and then maybe kind of get back into their spawn area. They could go back into hook room, a whole lot of areas, but just keeping the fight up there so this thing can get all the way up the hill. So like here, Dashhole gets on. Now we got 2. Yeah, we got 3. Definitely should have a little more communication here and getting some people off cart and forward. You know, usually one way that we've been going about it is just, you know, having a dedicated person here. So, you know, one of those people should be the dedicated, one of them should be the backup, and the other 2 should just go. Or, you know, if you're the person who's not, if you're the person who's usually going and you have no dash, just call it, hey, I have no dash, like somebody else go. And then if you have 2, just hit it, you know. So I see Dashhole's getting ready to get out here, especially Dashhole. He's got 5 dashes. You know, that's another good thing to think about. You know, the people that are riding cart are probably taking 3, and the people that aren't are 5. So all the people on here that have 5 dashes should get off and go use those. And, you know, I'll pick on Dashhole here, but you got, when he takes this move forward, he's got 4 basically. So he lands 3. I don't mind this spot as much, you know, in terms of like taking, I forget who it is. It's a popular Onward guy, but he talks about cutting the pie, and I'm sure this is popular in a lot of pancake games. But, you know, when you're going into an area, you want to kind of take it slices at a time. If you jump into the middle of the pie, they can shoot you from all 360 degrees. But if you kind of take this angle right now, he's kind of has this wall blocking him from anybody that's over on this side here. So it's like a one-on-one right here, and I like that. But you'll see he's going to keep kind of moving and drifting to the left in this fight here. And what that does is that exposes him to this person I keep pointing with my finger. You can't see my finger. I have to move my mouse. But it exposes him to this person on the rail that's going to, boom, hit him with that. So if instead he moved forward and then like took this fight and instead of drifting off to the left, kind of drifted back, he would have gotten to take that whole fight, would have gotten that sweet kill, and then he wouldn't have been exposed to this. And then he could have used that dash to maybe jump up here, get peekers on that person, or jump up in this area and kind of spread them thin. Because like another thing that we're really trying to keep working on is just spreading their resources thin. So when you get that person pushed up, if they can get up into an area like this and hide, that causes some people to turn around. That allows the next people that jump up here, instead of having a unified front of red people, you know, now they're dealing with a couple of people that are facing back looking for dash hole. So yeah, and it's interesting just kind of seeing how that stuff all stacks up from dash hole. You know, definitely making the right move, definitely pushing forward, but one small adjustment, instead of drifting to the left here during this engagement, drifting backwards, could have opened up a lot of stuff. Because then Flat Dragon comes in, gets that really nice headshot, and that just puts him in a tough spot. I like how Clever pushes up aggressively, checks for a kill. Not much you can do there with low health. They had just picked up the health. He really shouldn't have waited for that, so that was the right move. You know, maybe just like a little quick, faster flick, you know, seeing two people. The only thing, yeah, I guess if we're going to be really critique heavy tonight, the only one small thing that Clever could have done here is knowing that he was low health and that there's usually a lot of people watching this hook room, dash, shoot these charge shots. As soon as the charge shots are shot, get out of there. Don't even worry about the kill, and then get out. And then you can have a shot to choose those charge shots again, get away, maybe get that health. But again, that's really picky, and it's just only because he was low health. So Luger gets a nice pick there. Nice move to cart. That's a really good thing that I want to draw to attention here, is that whole time that Luger could have been standing back having this fight, but jumping up, keeping the fight on cart. The little things move. A couple point, yeah, stepping off there hurt us just a little bit, so you want to make sure you are on cart that whole time. But yeah, trying to dodge and balance those things is always tough. I like how he was using the shield here, keeping tight to that corner, and you'll see it does block a bunch of those shots there and keeps him alive for another second. Not Juice. Good kill there. Not Juice got killed. Not much you could do there because you needed to move for that angle. Yeah, I guess actually, based on where the cart was, if Juice would have stood, kind of stayed where he was, I get the point of like opening up, but they were pretty close. God dang, I keep missing the spot where I want to pause it. So it dashes over here. If Juice would have stayed like right here, he still would have had that angle, and then Gummy wouldn't have had this wall to hit, because I don't think Gummy hits Juice. I think that, yeah, it's hitting the wall and then hitting Juice with the splash damage. So you had the high ground, so the high ground was critical, but by having this wall beside you, they got you. But yeah, I guess you really would have had to balance it. You would have had to stay like right in the middle, because if you were too close to this post, Gummy could have done the same thing there. But really nice shot by Gummy. Way to use the environment to your advantage. Nice stuff. 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. Cart's in a good spot if he can get a couple of big pushes. That's a dangerous rail to take. Hopefully they were communicating about that, so Clever knew there wasn't anyone coming. Oh! A little pre-fire there would have gotten Clever a kill if we're being picky. Good pick on the guy with the shield. Oh, Brontosaurus with some really nice sprint backwards work. Let's take a look at this attack by Clever. So, one small picky thing. Let's critique the route. Let's go all the way back. Probably could have been a little faster picking that up on the route. I really do like, this is really nice when Clever gets into here. Keeping yourself next to this wall. It's incredible what a difference is. Like, if you... Quad gave me this tip. Just staying close to walls wherever you are. It's crazy how many more times you'll stay alive when you're really close to a wall. Like, people just don't see you as much. The thing I was talking about earlier, like cutting the pie, you know, it keeps you invisible from a lot of stuff where other people would see. So that's really nice work by Clever, keeping tight on those walls. You know, did a nice little sprint to get past that opening there. Again, that's a dangerous spot, but yeah, I see some other people coming with him. Keeps close to the wall. And then like right here as he comes around this corner, yeah, probably with his ping, Clever's in Hawaii, might not have seen this the same way that we're seeing it, but yeah, I bet you. Yeah. Just a little bit, you know, especially on maps where, you know, you have lower ping, getting out some of those pre-fires. But really nice job of getting on the cart and backing up the other Sky player. Oh, I didn't mean to turn that on. Does a really good job of just moving forward towards that cart. Unstoppable pops off. Clever stays on. Clever's one of our best cart riders. He's got really good sprint strafing. Has good sprint back by Brano. So yeah, it was a good push by Clever to get up there and help out. I really liked how they coordinated, having one person coming out of the hook room and then one person riding up the main rail at the same time. That was nice. I guess I could have looked at the mini-map and seen where the rest of the players were when that happened. Maybe we'll do that in one of these. Oh, it's interesting how the mini-map is turning in with the view of the person that's being shown. Sorry, looks like we got a pretty good group up by Sky here. Let's see what happens. Ooh, nice kill on Luger. You know, it's always an interesting, it's always an interesting person when the other person, like, you can see each other through the glass wall, and it's like strategic, like neither person wants to move because they're holding space and they're just like waiting for that next person. They got somebody with shield on cart. That's, I mean, having a good player with shield on cart is so powerful. Even in a map like this with so many heavy weapons, it just gets people turning their backs. So really good job by dashhole coming in and getting that shield with the rockets. You know, on this map, I think both the heavy weapons and the shield are so easy to grab that you're just crazy to not see that on both sides. You know, especially trying to push, you know, I know one thing we're trying to work on, it's from Sky, is once the other team, you know, when we're on red, when the other team starts to lose spawn advantage, really getting some people on that cart. You know, not all the time, but especially when we're positions where, you know, they can pick up a shield, where we got some pistol players kind of forming a shield up front and then rockets in the back. That's a really nice defense that we like to put together a lot. Because it's kind of like all those pieces go, you know, it makes the other team focus on the rockets, and while they're focused on the rockets, they're not getting any cart movement because we got a shield person on there, and then they kind of have to split their attention on that, and then, you know, that gives the pistol people some room to move. Nice movement. Way to be unpredictable, Bronto. That was really nice. You could see this Sky player's like, all right, like, I'm here. I know you're here. If I go here, this is going to be a good spot. So jumping up, and then so Brano's going to go up onto the checkpoint shield and then fall off this left side of it, you know, to critique. Ooh, geez, oh Pete's. To critique really aggressively if Brano would have been a little bit more over here. Again, as Rocketeer, like, I guess it's close, but I don't necessarily, you know, because he's low health too. I guess this is a matter of differing opinion, but, like, I would have tried to fall. In a perfect world, if I was going slow and got to pick my choices, I would probably try to fall back knowing that this person was probably going to attack me versus jump on cart. And then, you know, maybe jump back up on top of it once and drop rockets on it. But just kind of staying out of sight a little bit more, because you do have 2 rockets, and that is hard to get right now. But anyway, really good pick on there, though. Used the aggression, got the kill. Oh, no, and blew yourself up, but took Luger. 48 seconds left. Sky just needs one more good group up and they can get this one. Let's see how they're going to play it. I think, yeah, Bronto. There's a guy right around the corner. So there's a guy here. I think if I was Bronto right now, with especially having 5 dashes, I would use those to get pushed up and start breaking some of those fights up. You know, maybe get into hook room and have those 5 dashes to make those fights and make sure that keeping that room safe so your teammates can focus on main rail. Ooh, but yeah, pick. Oh no, okay. I didn't realize that's what Bronto was doing, was waiting for rockets. But that was a really good pickup with the rockets. Oh, a little bit off on the aim, a little bit of practice there, but really good idea. And just that little bit is enough for Sky to get through. Nice work capitalizing. Let's see where Sky starts off here. Oh. We'll just watch the first half of both of these and then call that a night. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Got Sky on red. Actually, let's Let's take a look at the kills after the first half. Where did Sky make it to? 79%. That's pretty solid. Yeah, they got through pretty late. Abyss is a really long map. The end of Abyss, too, when you get into that jellyfish room, is pretty brutal. Flat Dragon 37-30. Bronto 36-26. Some nice KD. Kraken 30-29. Not Juice 24-25. J-Retch 19-31. Got Gummy Bear on Sky at 39-30. Mad Clever 26-34. Unstoppable 29-31. Dashhole 19-29. And Luger at 16-27. Some deep rockets. Ooh, nice shot. Yeah, I gotta be frustrated with their own teammates. Dashhole is a limbo player. He was just subbing for us because we didn't have 5 that night. So, blowing his own teammates up with rockets, that dirty dog. I like this position by Not Juice. Doing a really nice job, if you notice. That's what I was talking about earlier. He's really using this this opening here to kind of cut these angles so that he's not getting ganged up on by multiple people. So as that Sky player moved across, he did a nice job of backing up. And then I think he's just going to slide to the right here and kind of be like, I don't want to fight anybody right now. I'm weak on health. That's a really nice spot. You know, I know in the beginning of the game I was always really big on, like, you know, I just wanted like the players to show me. I was like, oh, show me the maps. What are the good spots? What are the good spots? And eventually, you know, Quad finally like gave me, I don't know why it took me so long. I'm sure loads of people picked this up on their own, but I had to have it explained to me, like, so many things. But, you know, instead of having somebody show you, you know, have somebody show you a few good spots and then like really talk to them, like, why are these good spots? And then you can start to kind of go through the map and figure out what good spots are just kind of a little bit more organically. So the things I really love about this spot is it really allows you to cut angles and gives you a lot of cover in both ways. And it's really close to that health that's right over on that left side. So for me, anything that like gives me a lot of cover, that I can cut a lot of angles, or gives me height where I can fall, because falling does a lot for your hitbox to make it smaller. I don't understand all of it. I know some better players could probably explain it better, but falling is a really good thing to do. And it just gives you free movement. So like a lot of times when you're getting movement, you're having to spend energy in a dash or a sprint, but falling almost gives you like a free dash and sort of free movement. That so, you know, if you're down on dashes, it can help you kind of build those back up. So for me, it's kind of like a combo. Anytime I can find something that gives me a lot of cover, a lot of angles I can cut, height that I can fall off of, and then in combination being one dash away from health, just makes that a really powerful position that I'm always trying to get players in and then build our defense or our offense up from that. Because if you can put that person in this position, you know, they can see all of this room, they can grab health, they're going to be really strong, they can last a long time there, they can get kills. And, you know, when they're there, you know that the other players aren't sneaking in on your left-hand side. You know, you get somebody on the right-hand side in a similar position. Like now you know that anybody that spawns in from blue, you know, you can just push as fast as you want to the cart because there's not going to be anybody but just behind you with players in those two spots. So it's kind of the way that I think about building defenses. And again, all this stuff is just like what I want to happen. So doesn't always happen. I probably don't know as much as some players, but I'm willing to tell everybody everything. So take it or leave it. Looks like cart's coming around. Looks like they're doing a good job of protecting that left-hand side. This is where you kind of get opened up to some Rocketeers. Clever's pretty solid. He does, I know he's been working on his flat hand movements a little bit, so let's see if he busts those out and gets some rockets. It's so tight in Abyss, you know, with the ceiling compared to other maps. So I know a lot of people that, you know, were doing the up and down hand shooting had a little bit of time transitioning, where the other people that were flat-handed, it was a little bit more natural. Oh, Brontosaurus, Caster's Curse, right into the cart. That's how the dinosaurs died. Everyone thinks it was a meteor. It was carts. I wish I had a graphic for joke of the day, because I would have given myself that graphic for that joke, because that was good. Juice getting a lot of action from the camera tonight. I really like this. You know, when we played against him in our league match, I was really impressed. I thought he was maybe a player playing under a different name, but I believe not. Juice is just a new player to the league. Really great sense of, you know, when we were going back in this area right here, doing a really good job, spending time on cart. Where was the spot that I was watching? Okay, here we go. Grab some health. Does a really good job of hopping up an area where you got some cover, you know, making some attacks, but not holding on to it too long, not feeling like I have to get the kills, just feeling like I'm holding some space for my teammates. Nice work. Grabbing the health, being one dash away from it. You know, you had high ground and you had something to hide behind. I don't know if I would have turned my back. To get nitpicky right here, when this person got behind, there's a guy here, there's a guy here, and there's a guy on a cart. I would have let this person go, because now turning your back and going this way, you're just opening yourself up to a lot of fire. Almost died there. Made it, and you're on the thing to their health, but I think, you know, sometimes just relying on your teammates to take care of that. You could have pushed forward and maybe weakened this Rocketeer and got them distracted, so they might not have gotten that kill. So, I don't know. I think of like the like Waterway, everything. Like, we only go forward. Nice kill by Dashhole. I like the shotgun rocket. I've been seeing a lot of people without the dual binded triggers doing this. Push was doing this. We scrimmed Supernova a while back. Oh, missed pickup. I think he was trying to pick up that rocket. Oh, there we go. Nice work, Dashhole. You know, honestly, in that position, I would have just not taken that fight. That was a low... low odds for the Rocketeer in this one, so missed it. Dashes back and grabs it. A little bit low on dash. You just got one. And then this person pushes up. I think maybe going in this direction, like dashing onto the rail here and disappearing behind that, or like a double dash to get up in here, or, you know, even a double dash to get behind this barrier here, and hopefully, where are the teammates at? So we're here. I'm not very good at reading these maps, but I think that means all the other players are pushed forward. So yeah, you're a little bit alone there. Maybe even dashing into this room here, but that flick would be hard. But, you know, being a little bit more prepared, knowing that guy was coming and knowing that you're exposing yourself to the cart. There was a lot of players there. So in an ideal world, if we want to talk about it, like not being in that position, like grabbing that dash and having a pre-planned route just to fly out of there instead of standing in the open. But when you're in the open and you see that person dashing towards you, I think taking this one fight is a little bit tough, because they're coming at you this way and they're going to be dashing into a place where you're pretty much going to have to like hit their feet, and they know that there's not a lot of walls in the area where they're going to be landing. So I think maybe just getting the hell out of here on this fight might have just been the move. Yeah, that was tough. You know, so much as a Rocketeer is just like, once you get into a bad spot, it's like there's not much you can do. So it's all about like shooting and moving and not ever being in those open positions. And, you know, if you have to go somewhere open, like shoot real quick and then like let your teammates back you up. Nice move by Unstoppable to get in there and get a kill. Good job by the teammates to open up for that Rocketeer, for the Rocketeer to get a good kill. Nice work by Gummy. I think Gummy, I don't mind this spot. I understand what you're kind of thinking, or Unstoppable. You're very safe. You're ready to like get the kills on cart. But it's just a little bit passive. I think when we had that many people there, you could open up into a spot and maybe start going down hook room, or even be watching that corner instead of kind of like facing this way. Turn 90 degrees so you're facing down the rail and stepping back and forth this way. And that way you're just a little bit more on the aggressive side as opposed to the passive side. And you're still giving the same amount of durability. Yeah, because then, yeah, they can do that to you, because they still, like, now you don't see them coming, and they can do that dash where they spread you out. So as soon as this person dashed, they weren't necessarily even getting a kill on you. We had two people facing them, but they get you to turn around, and that allows now this person to be on cart and get the kill on you. So yeah, I think I agree with myself earlier. Be a little bit more aggressive, make that 90-degree turn. These guys are making some good movement, 230. I think this was a little bit faster than Sky was. Nice kill by Gummy Bear. Nice aggression by Gummy Bear. Gets the health, keeps the fight in there. Going all out aggression. That is Gummy Bear to a T, and I absolutely love it. Going back for the health. Nice work. I mean, let's review this whole thing. I love this whole play by Gummy Bear. Follows the guy up, makes sure he gets the kill, grabs the health, keeping the aggression, moving it forward, getting ready to look down main rail, moving forward and away. So this whole time when he dashes down here, he's wide open to this. If somebody would have came behind him in that room, he would have died, but there's not too much you can do about that. But I like how he's drifting to the left here and cutting this area off, so he's dealing with one person at a time. Drifting forward, gets that kill. Immediately checks behind him to the danger zone. Good instincts. checks, gets an easy pick because that person's not paying attention, uses height really, really well. So he caught up to this person that was riding down the rail. They weren't expecting that. Gets an easy shot on him. They panic, dash down here. He's in a great position with high ground, falls down, gets the finish on Brontosaurus, who's been playing great all game. Gets to get health again. So he's got all this great area. Like this hook room is just so key, and there's so many different ways to play it. And I really like the combo of somebody like Gummy playing that forward position, and then somebody kind of playing that back corner where they're standing on the doorway right where the rockets are, because then you can kind of peek down main rail and peek in there to back them up, and then that way if Gummy calls out for help, you can dash in there, and then if not, you can just kind of focus on the rail without really worrying that anyone's coming in there yet. So I really like Gummy's instincts to be playing this area. So now critiquing it at the end, what I would have done to change this and keep Gummy alive forever, because I never want him to die, I think right here, I would have used a dash if I was Gummy. He did a little bit of sprinting, and that allowed Flat Dragon to know where he was the whole time. And especially when a team against Limbo, they bring in so many heavy weapons that you always have to be worried about splash damage, and sprinting just doesn't protect you. So I think maybe after I took that first hit, I'm right here, I'm Gummy, in a perfect world, boom, I took that hit. I might double dash out to the left and then back behind that wall, and then kind of from there see how they play it, and then maybe dash forward and get the peekers on them. So kind of retreat and then attack again really fast to lull them to a false sense of confidence. Oh, you know what? He only has one dash here. That's tricky. Manage your dash better, Gummy. Have more dashes. Nice moves by Flat Dragon. Picks up another rocket. What a great shot. Wow. Brutal moves by Flat Dragon. Let's watch that again. Let's slow it down. Ooh. I guess I don't have my controller set up to it. So grabs that dash. Sees that a person is hiding there. Rips one off at, rips one at the cart, rips the right hand out on him. Oh. Dirty. Dirty. That's an interesting spot to hide by Luger. I've never seen that before. Tosses a rocket in at him, getting real aggressive. To critique that end spot, though, I think if I was... Yeah, because I don't see... Flat Dragon's all by himself right now, and he's got 2 rockets. This might have been a good time to slow it down, because dashing right here, like you're exposed to everybody that's hiding right here, and they're kind of ready for you, and I think that's where he ends up getting got from. Oh, I guess that was a group up. Some of them were moving together. But yeah, I think, even dashing a little bit further up here, somewhere where you could look and then fall and then shoot would have been a little bit more, and I think, I don't know, I feel nitpicky, but that's the kind of stuff I'm so impressed with when I watch the top dasher teams. Like, they never don't do that. Like, every one of their like when you kill them, you have to be so good. You have to be like, all right, I think he's going to be dashing up to here, and then I'm going to pre-fire down here because I know he's going to dash up here and fall. You can't just pre-fire here or here because you know that they're going to be moving. So it's like they do so many of these really little tiny things right. It makes them so hard to kill. And it's very impressive. So I definitely think, especially at our level, getting the tiny things right will pay huge rewards. Good little pistol battles there. Bronto wide open in this fight. This is I catch myself doing this a lot too. Like, you're just like walking forward with that teammate. What if you would have dashed here? You still could have shot that same line and then fall down and duck it if you need to. Same thing, you could have dashed up here, still fought that same line, and then went for health if you wanted to. So, I don't know, sometimes slowing things down just a little bit and adding a little bit of cover. I would love to win every fight, but yeah, lost that one. Kraken's coming in with a rocket. Not much you can do there. That one's tough. They're getting close enough with a minute 33, depending on how the group up goes. That was probably the right move to die and come back with the teammates. Some good pre-fires. Nice shooting there, Luger. I like those pre-fires because then, even if you don't get somebody with both of them or kill them, you can just hear, oh, good headshot. Yeah, Luger's got brutal. He got brutal aim. I remember the first time I ever played with Luger was a waterway, and I got into the basement like 3 times, and he always had snipers. I'm like, how are you hitting me with snipers this close? Oh, so that's how you walk on a little spot. That's a slick little spot, Luger. Very cool. Good rockets. I gotta believe that's Kraken coming. So this is some high IQ play by Luger right here. I like this. So we're backing up. He sees rockets coming. Okay. I don't want to be right here. This is an easy spot that rockets will curve in, so doesn't want to be there. Let's back up. It's like, all right, it still hit me over the head. Whatever. That was unexpected. You're not... I don't know if... I would call that luck. I would think that he was aiming for more in this area for the person hiding there. Shoots one amazing shot hitting that person there, because this is a spot I love to have a person, like I was saying earlier. I like to have Gummy or somebody aggressive up front here, and then somebody with some good long range skills here, so they can kind of watch long range into both the shield, or not the shield room, the hook room, and down this main rail here. So hitting that spot, beautiful shot. But then knowing that that person's coming, just backing up and backing up and backing up, really making it hard for them to get that pick. Hopping up here, this is such a spot. Where is he going to hit you? He's going to have to body you with that rocket, which is so hard. So being up in the air towards that, even a little bit back would have been a little more advantageous, but really heads up play, dropping back down. And let's see. Only small critique at the end, and there's always critique in the end because it ends because something always goes wrong. If Luger could have waited for just like one hot second. So up here, gets this kill. Somebody else gets the kill, but distracts the person. Either way, I would give a big shout out to Luger on that kill. I would wait here. If you wait here for one more... Oh, you have 3 dashes here, actually, so watch. You only use 1. What if you dash to health? And then turned around? Or dash to health and then went forward and refilled, because it's so low. I don't mind this play. We have spawn advantage. You're getting in, depending on where the flow of our team is, getting in and getting some pre-fires down this line is definitely, it's like going through that way is just a tiny bit better in my mind, but not bad. This was still a lot of heads up plays on that one. Flat Dragon doing a good job hugging the wall, trying to grab a rocket. Ooh, that's a hard move with any amount of ping. So low on health though. Probably a good idea to get out of there. Good spot by Unstoppable. At this point, though, I would say this, Unstoppable, if you're watching this, I like these spots when we don't have spawn advantage. Like right now, our spawn is like right there, and having this fight here, they're going to jump on and you're going to get a kill, but they're going to push it 1%. And if they do that over and over and over, they're going to end up getting it. And also, if somebody dashes past us and you attack them, you open yourself up. So I would say, opening up these corners, I like how you're always cutting the corners and cutting angles, but open it up a little bit and getting a little more forward, so maybe getting on this pillar and looking down, or maybe getting on that spot in the hook room that I've been talking about a bunch would be some good spots for you. I like how, so yeah, to reiterate, I love that you're cutting angles. I love that you're always in a good spot for cart, but making those spots a little bit more aggressive, I think, is really going to pay dividends in the league. So that way we're just taking those fights in front of the cart and really not letting them get those trickle in spots. If we don't have spawn advantage, so like the first half of this map, like until they're through, to the bottom of the hill, this kind of location is probably the better spot. I think as a team, we're probably too aggressive when we don't have spawn advantage. So us kind of doing a little bit more of this stuff, and, when they jump on getting that kill, because when they have spawn advantage, they're just rolling. There's not too much you can do about it. So any little slowdown is great. So yeah, because the rocket got us on that one, especially, if we didn't have rockets up, this would be a more powerful position. But right now we have rockets doing this almost the same job. So having you forward is just going to protect the rockets and allow them to do that, because you got really good long range aim. So yeah, being a little bit more aggressive here. 17 seconds left. They're going to have to get a good push, but this is very doable here. Yeah, and see, there's the other thing. Like, it's a good hiding spot, but when you're there over and over and over and over, they see those bullets coming from there. And even if they don't die and then communicate it, they're seeing the bullets from there. So not Juice knew you were there and was able to get that pick. That opens us up and breaks our defense a little bit. Now they're getting a good push. I wonder, yep, and there they got checkpoint. So yeah, I think just being a little bit more aggressive, especially, I think there's a huge difference in like how the way pubs are played and the way that the league is played in terms of like aggressive and forward pressure. So sorry to pick on you right at the end, but yeah, it's not picking on you. It's saying I think your style of play works really, really well when we don't have spawn advantage, but I think getting a little bit more aggressive when we do have spawn advantage is going to play dividends, and I think you're going to see some sweet highlights. But I am tired. That is where I'm going to call it for the night. Let me know in the comments what you think, if this was helpful, if I'm annoying and you never want to watch it again. Yeah, let me know. I might do more. If everybody hates it but my teammates, I'll probably start making it private. But if other teams think it's useful, then yeah, I'll just keep doing them.